Flash, Season 7, Episode 2, titled The Speed of Thought. In this episode, I enjoyed. You, once again, like last week, you do feel like this is Episode 21 of Season 6, not Episode 2 of Season 7. It does feel like Episode 4 will be officially the start of of Season 7, but in this episode, I like the content in there. I enjoyed the tension and the drama with Barry getting a brand new power because of him creating this new speed and him getting his speed back. He gets this new power of thought. He's able to make equations in his head as quicker than everyone else, and he's like, you know, the smartest person in the room. He's basically Dr. Strange with, he has seen a thought of 6,045,000,000 different possibilities in 30 seconds, and he picks the one that he finds more efficient, right? And in the episode, I'm like, I like this new content, this new drama, this new side of these characters. But then you start thinking about the long game, and you start thinking about if this is going to be an ongoing thing. And I'm like, I hope for the love of God it doesn't. Hope for the love of God Barry just gets that super speed of thought and just yanks it out and takes him out. Because there's a risk of Barry being OP'd. I mean, they took away the time travel stuff and the multiverse stuff, which is okay. But having the speed of thought, it is neutering in a way, like, coupled with characters, like couple of the characters have been there since episode 1, mainly Kaiten and Cisco. You're neutering those characters because they're the science people, and when your main character is able to do it, you're in your head, you're like, well, so what's the point of these guys? What's the point of having a Team Flash? So I hope for the love of God, because there's no stakes, there's no risks, there's nothing on those lines that will appeal. Barry would be a whistle, Barry becoming a Gary Sue, where he's just like boring because he's able to do everything. So I hope it is a temporary thing. I hope this is that. I hope, or like, I hope it's a temporary thing. Because I like Cisco, I like Caitlin. I like Killer Frost when Caitlin is Killer Frost. But you want those guys to be those characters. You want Barry to be Barry and have that back and forth, not be Barry doing everything. And by the way, there's these people. Spoilers at the end. The original Harrison Wells is back to life. They brought back, and when I mean the original, I don't mean like VR Thorne, who was faking himself in a wheelchair for the entire first season, but the one that the Reverse Flash killed and morphed his face into, and he's back to life. And in my head, I'm thinking, really? We're doing that? Like, we actually doing that? In my head, I was like ready to move on from the Wells. I was ready them to move on and be, create different stories, create new characters, create a new Team Flash that, we haven't, that has a bit of the new, a bit of the old, and all that, and we would be done with this whole every season must have a new Wells. And hopefully, and to be fair, when I saw that, I was a little bit, oh come on, can we please move on? And you never know, maybe this is the official last Wells, like everything goes full circle kind of thing, where we gone through all these other worlds, all these false worlds, all to the back to the true one, the original person. Could be. Now all the other stuff were kind of like add-ons. Like the stuff with Iris, I get it, Iris needs to be there, probably contract reasons or whatever it is, but their dialogue, her scenes weren't really well written. It did felt very anime. Like, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 7 a couple of days ago, and I was like, I need to turn this off, because there's a lot of like, you can do it, hang on guys, and I'm like, this is a little bit of too much of that. And you got stuff with people still about the death of Nash, and it just felt a little bit too add-ons, just add up time, maybe actor contracts or obligations, all that. So for me, all the side stuff with all the other cats just didn't really do it for me this episode. But Mirror Master, or probably Mirror Mistress, knowing it's a female Mirror Master, Big Bad, feels like next week is going to be the last time we're going to see her. And, let's be honest, Mirror Master wasn't the most fleshed out villain, of it. Like, all the fleshed out villains kind of were, like, the first couple of seasons. Still probably Theathon, probably still, probably because that's the one that keeps showing up. But I just hope for the love of the show that they just don't have the speed of thought, just because it's new characters that make Barry overpowered.